Hi everyone, welcome to a special episode of Wu Tech News Election Edition.
Wow, Teresa, I'm so excited about this year's election. It reminds me of a joke about politicians.
No, we don't approve of political jokes. We've seen too many get elected.
Good point, Teresa. But let's get serious. There's a lot of serious issues in this election and a lot at stake for all of us. Let's find out more information about some of the issues and the candidates that we will be voting on Tuesday, November 5th.
First up, let's find out more about the two main political candidates for president, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
To the right.
So let's now welcome the candidates to the stage, Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Folks, let's talk about the economy. Under my leadership, we had jobs coming back faster than a boomerang. Remember when you could find a job without a treasure map? Under your president, Donald Trump, we had the greatest economy the world has ever seen and everyone was talking about. Not so much anymore. Biden and Harris have the worst economy ever.
Hey folks, so let's talk about the economy. Have you noticed how your grocery bill looks like your rent now? Eggs are practically a luxury item. It's like, do I buy gas or do I buy an omelet? But seriously, we've got to bring the cost down. The rich need to pay their fair share instead of getting big tax cuts like billionaire Donald Trump, who pays $0 in taxes. In 2020, I know kids who babysit that paid more in taxes than Donald Trump. The system is rigged for the rich, and if I'm elected president, billionaires will pay their fair share.
And when it comes to foreign policy, I negotiated deals like no one has ever seen before. No wars under me. Under Kamala and Biden, though, wars all over the place like no one has ever seen. Not good, not good. I made friends with leaders and made sure they knew I wasn't just here for laughs. No, they took me seriously. We made America great, and we can do it again.
Now let's chat about healthcare. It's 2024, and you would think getting decent care would be easy as streaming a show, right? But no, going to the doctor sometimes feels like booking a trip to Mars. Except with space travel, you would at least get a souvenir. We need to fix that. And no, not with duct tape like I do with my charger. We're going to lower prescription drug prices and make sure you're not choosing between medicine and that avocado toast everyone loves to talk about. Donald Trump has no plan. He tells you he has concepts. Well, he's had 4 years to come up with it. And he's come up with no plans.
And let's not forget immigration. I believe in strong borders, but also keeping the door open for those who want to work hard and play fair. They're pouring over the border. Joe just let them in, and Kamala has a no-show at the border. But just wait until I'm president again. There will be a big, beautiful border, bigger than the Great Wall of China.
In conclusion, while I and Donald Trump have our supporters, I believe that I alone bring a version of unity, progress, and hope. My experience, commitment to justice, and dedication to make the future make me the ideal candidate for president. As young people, you must advocate for a leader who will fight for you and prepare our country for the challenges ahead that you will face. Not listen to complaints of an 80-year-old man that cares nothing for you, only about himself. Please vote for me, and I will fight every day for your issues that you care about.
Wow, Teresa, that's very insightful about each of the candidates. They really seem to have such different views on all the issues.
That's right, Lordina. That's why it's important that we encourage all adults we know to get out and vote. Even though we can't vote, there are a lot of issues that will impact us.
Now let's look at some of the other issues that appear on this year's ballot in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, anyone can propose a law, and if you can collect enough signatures, you can get the proposal in the ballot. There are 5 such petitions.
Question number 1 has to do with auditing the state legislature. Let's hear more about this question.
Massachusetts State Legislature.
Hello, State Auditor.
I would like to see your documentation and records, please.
Oh, we can't do that. No.
Why? It's right there.
Well, basically, it's not really worth.
Let's see here. What? You're using taxpayer dollars for personal gain? What about the citizens in this state? What about the thousands of dollars kids spend on college each year? Instead of helping them, you're wasting the money? By the powers given to me, I will report you to the authorities and remove you from power so you can never hurt Massachusetts again.
No, wait, no, that's wrong. We're doing the right thing. Your local authorities and the Mass legislature can and will refuse to disclose documents to the federal government and press. This is, of course, unconstitutional and is a clear sign they have something to hide. Vote yes to question 1.
Well, I'm your state auditor from the executive branch, and I'm here to check your state departments and programs.
Ugh, he's back again.
I don't like the way you guys wrote this policy. Instead of college being cheaper, we should raise the price to totally generate money for the state legislature.
Who gives you the right to change our policies? We're following the rules. Plus, who can afford such a high cost for education?
There, this policy is much better, just how I like it. Extra money for me.
He's violating separation of powers.
I have all the power.
Having an executive state auditor overlook the Massachusetts legislature is unconstitutional and a violation of the separation of powers. Protect the legislature from bias, corruption, and an unfair control of the executive branch over the legislative branch. Protect democracy and your rights. Vote no to question 1.
Question 2 is an issue a lot of students here at Worcester Tech have been talking about. Will MCAS be eliminated as a graduation requirement? Well, here are the arguments on both sides.
Hey Jamie, did you hear about question 2 on the ballot?
Question 2, isn't that the one about changing the MCAS graduation standards?
Exactly, and that's why we need to vote no on it.
Why? Why change the graduation standards? So if students no longer have to pass the MCAS, will the test go away?
Actually, no, students will still be required to take the test, and teachers in schools will be judged based on how their students perform.
Well, but a test that it doesn't matter, students won't do their best on it.
Exactly, it unfairly burdens the teachers in schools, and they'll be blamed for the poor performance of their students.
Okay, but what about students that don't test well and those that don't pass?
A test like the MCAS shows the students have the skills they need. It's not just about passing, it's about showing which students need extra support. Students also have multiple tries to take the exam, and if they still need to, they can apply for an appeal as long as they have good attendance and are passing their classes.
That sounds fair.
Plus, we don't want to go back to the olden days where everyone just winged it. I mean, imagine showing up to graduation without knowing how to read.
Okay, I get your point. So what do?
We vote no on question 2. Let's keep the standard high and show our students how to succeed.
All right. Here's to keeping our standards and making sure that everyone has a fair shot.
Who am I here with?
You're here with Mr. Body, sophomore teacher at Robotics and Automation Technology.
And do you think MCAS should be a graduation requirement?
Me personally, I don't think MCAS should be a graduation requirement for the reasons I'm on the list right now. So I actually went to this high school, Worcester Tech, 8 years ago, graduated in 2020, and then went on to go to WPI. I don't test well. My MCAS grades were good, but not amazing. And I don't believe that should dictate how good of a student I am, right? I was ranked 3 in my school, and I have a 3.9 GPA in college, and I got a full ride to WPI, which is the college I went to. If you base that off of just my college, you'll be like, okay, this guy probably did amazing in MCAS. But if you base how I am as a person on my MCAS scores, then you'll be like, oh, he's average, if not a little bit below average.
My name is Nick, and I'm here with...
I'm Jacob.
All right, today's question is, do you think MCAS should be a graduation requirement or shouldn't be a graduation requirement?
I do not think it should be a graduation requirement because some people are bad at taking tests. It's just bad, annoying. It's stressful.
With Liam. All right, today's question is, do you think MCAS should or shouldn't be a graduation requirement?
No, I don't think it should. It's like hard, and I don't think a lot of people would be able to pass. And for it to graduate, I don't know, a lot of people would be staying back.
With
Mark.
All right, and today's question is, do you think MCAS should or shouldn't be a graduation requirement?
I think it shouldn't be a graduation requirement because I feel it takes too much time out of class, and it also it's like more learning requirements for teachers. It takes too much time.
Question number 3 has to do with rideshare drivers like Uber and Lyft, and if they will be allowed to join unions and better negotiate their working conditions.
Will this make Uber and Lyft more expensive for me, or will it allow drivers to make more money? Let's go over some of the arguments on both sides.
It's been a long day. This is my last passenger of the day.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm all right. Just finished my 10-hour shift and I am exhausted.
Hey, at least you don't have to drive in the dark late at night picking up sketchy people.
I guess being an Uber driver must be scary. Have you heard of that one story where an Uber driver was killed by her own passenger?
No? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. You guys don't get paid enough to deal with all of this.
Literally. I was told I should join or form a union. What's that all about?
Oh, I've heard of that. What I know is that drivers who work for Uber and Lyft don't qualify to form unions. A union is a group of workers who form an organization to gain respect on the job, better wages and benefits, more flexibility for work and family needs. When there's a problem on the job, workers and management can work together as equals to solve it. The option to join a union is guaranteed for most workers, but rideshare drivers in Massachusetts currently don't have that choice.
Oh, that's messed up.
I know, right? That's why this November, voters in Massachusetts will take up this issue, whether the drivers should be allowed to form unions for collective bargaining with transportation companies such as Uber and Lyft.
I'll make sure to keep my eyes peeled. Good thing I'm registered to vote.
Vote yes to allow rideshare drivers the option to choose a union for ballot question number 3.
Oh gosh, I really need to go on my date or I will be late. I should get a Uber.
Crying. She calls an Uber.
Okay, they will arrive shortly. Hello, can you drive me to my date?
Why, yes. I'll drive you to your date.
20 minutes later.
Wow, thank you. Here's your money.
Thank you for choosing Uber. Oh no, I didn't get enough money for rent and food. This new law really sucks.
Sob, sob.
I guess this is my life now.
Vote no. Drivers in Massachusetts already have a good salary and receive benefits. If you vote yes, then they will have no leadership over their job and will get way less pay. For voting no, you can help drivers to make a living without worrying about rent.
Question number 4 makes psychedelic drugs like mushrooms legal in Massachusetts and would be controlled the way marijuana is.
I'm Levi. I'm Kaden. And we're doing ballot question 4 about psychedelic medicines.
I'm Dr. Tiber, and research shows that 80% of patients benefit from psychedelic medicines. 30% of symptoms reduce from taking the certain procedures under the right care of certain facilitators. Did you guys know in Japan and other Asian countries they use psychedelic medicines for cancer treatment? This has been going on for 30 years and we still don't have the rights for that over here.
Did you know that 2/3 of homeless people have a past issue with substance abuse?
I'm Billy Joe, and I support shrooms, friends of the people, and it rights the community.
After marijuana was legalized, car crashes increased by 5% and fatal car crashes increased by 4%. If psychedelic mushrooms were to be legalized, the same would happen.
The final question, and one that has a lot of people talking, has to do with wait staff and a minimum wage.
Welcome to Hungry Hippos. What can I get for you today?
I'll have the biggest burger you have. But hey, have you heard about that question 5? Should I vote yes?
Yeah, you should vote yes. I'll bring up my wage and I'll get more money. Right now, I make $6.75 an hour. If they vote yes on question 5, I'll get full state minimum wage.
I'm Sam, the owner of the restaurant. You know if that happens, I'll have to raise prices?
That means I'll have to pay more for my burger.
Yes, but Sam here will be able to afford rent.
Yeah, and it's not just about me. All the other workers who decided to quit the industry just because they didn't have enough money will come back.
I didn't know that.
The Massachusetts Restaurant Association thinks that waiters will benefit from this.
Well, I'll make more money and I'll be happy serving you guys. So you should vote yes.
You've convinced me.
All right.
Happy waiter.
Vote yes on question 5.
Vote yes on question 5.
Hello? Okay. Oh no, if question 5 passes, it's gonna be a disaster for the whole restaurant business.
Not so fast, Michelle. You're just worried about your wallet, aren't you?
Well, yes, I am. If question 5 passes, I'm gonna have to pay at least $18,000 more per employee.
Wait, what's going on? Is this about me tipping?
Yes, Sam. It's about ensuring that tip workers will still earn at least a minimum wage of $15 an hour.
But I thought tips were supposed to help servers make more money.
Well, that's the problem, because with higher costs, customers like you would end up paying more money.
Or you could just tip better, Sam. But seriously, all workers are guaranteed that minimum wage. If they don't make it with tips, the employer has to step in.
So if I tip less, the restaurant will just pay the difference?
No, that will ruin us.
Michelle, so what? You can just close your restaurant and move to another state.
So what should I do?
Vote no on question 5.
Wow, there really is a lot to be decided on election day this year. If you or any of your family members are registered to vote, please remind them to vote on Tuesday, November 5th. If they have not already done so, as Massachusetts allows for early voting